I love Brave browser. I love Brave browser. Everybody should use Brave browser. They are the unfortunate victim of some criticism that I have today. Has nothing to do with them. Great company. Definitely use Brave browser. Leo AI, I'm a little more skeptical of. But let's get into it.
Like and subscribe.
Last week on Friday, it was an unfortunate situation.
Yeah. We phoned it in.
And this article is a perfect encapsulation of why that happened. And we really want to take this opportunity to apologize to our audience. I mean, we had a good time. Whatever. It was a fine episode.
I'm apologizing to no one.
Yeah, no, it was fine. I enjoyed talking to you, Peter. If other people like listening in, cool. However, it was not our normal Friday AI roundup, which is usually written by AI.
Oh my God.
About AI and performed by AI.
If anybody isn't aware already, Mike is got a bit that he does where he pretends, because one person got confused that when we called it the AI roundup, someone said, "Oh, is it written by AI or is it about AI?" And it's
I don't do it because that person got confused. I do it because you took that person's confusion seriously and started actually talking about it as if it was legitimate confusion.
Anyway, we usually do the AI roundup on Fridays, and we didn't. We just ended up bantering about other stuff because the AI roundup doesn't do well. It seems like people aren't interested in weekly news about AI. Whatever.
And I think what we're learning is that the AI roundup doesn't do well because people are finally realizing that AI doesn't do well.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
And maybe I shouldn't introduce it the way. So the story we're looking at says Brave is introducing their Leo AI, which is great. They're announcing a new feature. They're innovating. I'm using Brave right now for this very story. Right. I love Brave.
Brave web browser, all about privacy, and keeping things, tracker free and all that kind of stuff. They've got a built-in AI assistant.
Yes, they've built in their AI assistant. Their AI assistant is called Leo. Leo is powered by Lambda, I think. Is that right? So you've got or Llama. Sorry, Lambda was Google's first sentient AI, and then Llama is the Facebook AI model. And they built it in. Like, it's cool. It's a new feature. It's like 2 months too late. The AI chatbot fad has come and gone.
I don't agree.
Really?
But the fad, maybe the headlines, but the utility of it's still going to be very helpful.
I mean, we all know that. I mean, we know the problems with it now. It's fallen out of the news. Like, the novelty of it has worn off. We get it.
So what? It doesn't matter if it's out of the news. If they've got issues they need to solve, okay, fine. But OpenAI is still releasing lots of very cool, interesting things. They've got GPTs coming out, which are like, allowing you to choose different models to use. And I think the vision stuff, I keep seeing headlines about that. You can browse the web using the vision, what do we call it? OpenAI Vision, I think it's called, actually, on ChatGPT Vision. And it just describes what's on the page for you, which is really good. So I like this Brave thing because one of our problems with AI assistants is that you have to give up so much data, and it tracks you and uses that for its models and stuff, and it's kind of an invasion of your privacy. But Brave is committing to not keep any of this, your data.
So my standard test is to ask it to tell me a joke, because I did this with oh shoot, what's the Windows one? It's called Copilot.
Sydney. Oh yeah,
Copilot. But it's probably powered by Bing, which is Sydney, which is powered by ChatGPT, but whatever. And it tells these like sometimes weird jokes, and if you ask it why it's funny, it'll explain it, but it'll use like weird logic. So here I asked, tell me a joke that my coworkers would like. Why did the computer go to the party? Because it wanted to get a bite to eat. Okay, funny. Eat bite versus bite, and meet some new bites. What does it mean to meet
Oh
some new
man.
bytes, right? So what does it mean to meet some new bytes? Why is that funny? And then it'll explain, well, because it's a play on words, and computers, it's a measurement of storage, and for humans, it's a byte, a small amount to eat, and that's the pun. But people don't say that. And this is like, to me, a fundamental problem with AI is that it answers your question incorrectly but confidently.
I mean, okay, fine, but it's a fucking year old, man. I mean, like, this whole stuff is such a new technology. I mean, it's obviously older than that. They didn't just come up with it like a year ago. It went through a long decades of evolution to get to that point. But, you know, the thing that we all think of, ChatGPT, basically, that it's only been around for a year. So,
but what have you done for me lately?
Give it a break. How long did it take for like JavaScript to have a decent fucking application? Like, how long from the invention of JavaScript and its use on the web to like Google Docs? How long? It must have been.
That's not the measure. The internet has been, no. I mean, the functionality. It's not like. It's not like people posted.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, come on.
Hey, I'm so sick of this blinking text on this website. Stop doing that. Like, it evolved and it got better, but it didn't evolve and get better because people got tired of it. And I feel like that's kind of what's at. Like, people are, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I feel like.
My point is, right, when JavaScript came out, and it's a weird little language, it's got lots of inconsistencies, and there's a lot of problems with it. And people used to complain about it and say, what the fuck is going on here? This is terrible.
Only programmers.
Well, I mean,
the people who are using the site still got the functionality. Like, they still liked those sites.
All right, so I'll give you another. Okay, you're right. I gave an example from the point of view of a programmer. I was around at the time, and I remember this happening, right? And so I was trying to say that it was something that had all this potential and could have been used for something amazing, and it took a while to get to that point. That's all I was trying to say. Sure. But like a real world example is like the internet itself. The number of people who at the beginning were like, why would you ever buy anything on the internet? I think I was one of those people. I couldn't even conceive of buying. Amazon was years in the future. But it takes a while for things like this to come.
Yeah, I feel like it's the opposite problem. I feel like this is almost like you got the thing that you so desperately wanted and realized that it wasn't actually that great after all.
Yeah,
to me, I think that's the issue. So, and Brave, again, love Brave. This whole timeline thing, I think, is like it favored the early adopters. This is why it was such a great thing for oh shit, what's the name of the company that launched ChatGPT?
OpenAI.
OpenAI, yeah, right. Obviously. Facebook and Google and all these other companies came out and said, no, I mean, we've all got that. What OpenAI did is nothing special. It was special, but it was special most of all because they were first. And it really caught on. Now, everybody kind of knows what the weaknesses are. Everybody kind of knows what the limitations are. It's not as magical as it was 6 months ago. So people who are getting into the game now are dealing with like, okay, this is a 6-month-old story. It's like when this show launches on a Thursday and talks about stories that happened the Tuesday before because we only record once a week and the headlines are now like 9 days old.
Now you're just inviting people to think about our weaknesses. Mike, you're not helping us out here. Come on.
When we do a headline-driven, topical-based show and record once a week.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. By the way, if anybody is interested in like daily updates on stories that happened a week ago, click subscribe. It's more of a chat show format. Okay. Yeah. Give us a break.
And if you join our Discord server, you can have these conversations in real time. It's much
link in the description below. You can actually help suggest.
This show is pretty fucking interesting.
It is. What were we talking about?
I don't know. Let's ask Leo.
So I read a really cool series of books a while ago, and it was about like I think I've mentioned this on the show before. There was about like a detective who had to go through all these different. It was quite complex, but they had in it these AIs called G Suites, I think they were, and they had different levels. And they had, it starts off as a 3, what you can afford at home, like there was the free version, which was like G3, and then G4 is the kind of more advanced version, and then like the military are using G7, and it had several phases where it went through different decades, and the G5 became available to the common man, and it would do things like, you know, schedule your washing for you, or fix problems, or, you know, answer meeting requests and things like that. And the earlier versions were kind of rubbish. They made lots of mistakes, and they kind of misinterpreted things, and they got your shopping list wrong, and they forgot that you're allergic to whatever, or I don't know. But then there was a lot in the beginning about the guy who like, oh, I wish I could afford that G5, but I'm only just paying off the G4 that I got, and all this kind of stuff. And I think that's how it's going to go. Sure. We're going to have different, more advanced versions of it, and it will just be integrated into society. People will moan about AI and LLMs and whatever, but it's too useful to just go away. There's not a fad.
No, I agree with that. I think the problem that companies are facing right now, though, is that it seemed super hot.
Yeah.
So they all put plans in motion to incorporate it. It cooled because it's not quite there yet, but all their stuff is just now coming to fruition at a time when people are now thinking like, yeah, it was like state of the art 6 months ago, which is kind of a funny thing to say, right? This was state of the art 6 months ago.
Yeah, that is
now
weird.
It's old news. What are we talking about?
We need something new. It's like, I think this is the news cycle has got us into this mindset of is it the news cycle that's gotten us into this mindset, or the news cycle is like that because that's how we think as humans? Like we need to constant.
That's an interesting. I mean, this is kind of the whole problem with social media, right? Like social media was designed to take advantage of our inherent desire for novelty. So they optimized that to the point where now we can't live without nonstop, constant, intense novelty for every second of every fucking day.
Yeah, 100%. But it's a vicious feedback. So now it's been optimized for that, and now we're used to it, and now they're like trying to edge out another few, cut off another few seconds, condense it even further, give us more clickbait.
Sorry, while you were talking, I started watching a YouTube video. Can you just can you summarize that for? Hey, Leo, can you summarize what Peter?
Oh my god, that's so true.
But summarize faster. Just a summary of your summary.
One of these days, we're going to have to do like a long form video essay about the loss of serendipity in the world. I think that
wow,
and nobody is going to watch it.
I just unsubscribed. Damn.